So when you take a look at the Huduma number, they've produced several specimens, and one of the original specimens had the Huduma number, and when you look at it, it had the MasterCard logo, which tells you that it's a financial payment system, and it had the logo of the Kenya government, and then it had the person's details. And then when you look at, and then on top it has the logo of Huduma. Now, that card immediately betrays what the agenda is. Because why is a foreign company being given control over the biometric data of Kenyans? Already that is severely problematic. It means that literally the country has been sold to foreigners. Literally, every person in Kenya. And you know that data is powerful. Whoever controls data, that's like controlling oil in the emerging economy. And so what is that data? That data, not only is it biometric, eventually it will include health records, inoculation records that are being given to a foreign company. So when people saw this, people kind of revolted. People were angry and they were very much concerned. And so they realized that they had gone too far. The elite realized that they had exposed their hand. They had exposed the fact that now they're working for the Luciferian agenda. And so they redesigned the card in order to hide that fact. But it hasn't changed the system. So the information is still being given to foreigners, to foreign companies. They are being given our information. And eventually they'll be given transactional power so that when you transact in Kenya, a Mzungu has to approve. And so, like we've said before, if you reject their inoculation, they block your card. So literally, this is the digital prison that Jubilee has created for Kenya. Jubilee is pushing Kenya to the gates of hell. Literally, they're pushing us into the new Luciferian system. And you see people going to church pretending to be on the side of God. So this is the deception that is going on. So the constitutional changes that they're proposing are all meant to remove the constitutional protections that Kenyans have so that they can implement this system, because our current constitution blocks some aspects that they want. So that's why there's BBI. The BBI agenda, I can assure you, is a Luciferian agenda. And if you support it, it's because you're not opening up your eyes to see what Jubilee is trying to do, what the elite are trying to do. And like I've said before, majority of the elites in Kenya are practicing Luciferians. They're not Christians, as it were. These people worship other entities, and they are under instructions from their foreign masters to do what they're trying to do. But the constitution is a problem. That's why you see them bribing all the MCAs to approve the constitutional changes. You people don't seem to understand what they're trying to do, and many of you support them. And that's the tragedy for Kenya. Now, when you look at the Huduma logo itself, when you look at it, clearly it's a 6. Anyone can see that. It's a 6. And how many 6s? They're not even hiding anymore. It is 3 6s. Look at the number itself. Look at the logo of Huduma. The logo itself is 3 6s. They are no longer hiding. Jubilee is no longer hiding who they work for. It's right there in your face. But many of you pretend not to see. I don't know why you have a need to pretend not to see what your eyes are showing you. So they did a redesign, and of course it's not them who did it, it's the Mzungu who's doing it, because everything comes from the Mzungu. If you see Jubilee proposing something, it is not them. It's the Mzungu who's giving them instructions. Now do this, now do that. So people protested as to the initial design. So they decided to hide some of the elements. So they came up with a new design, and they issued the sample. And in the sample, they had used a Mzungu face. You remember? And people are not happy because of the Mzungu face, not understanding that they should not be happy, period, about that program. And that betrays the fact that it is being designed by the Mzungu. That's how come they didn't have an African face to use for their sample. That's why they issued it with the Mzungu name. And when you turn it around, you'll see they've written like the country where it says the geographic location. They've written Utopia. That's how perverse they are. They're no longer hiding what they're trying to do. And it is sad that many of you refuse to acknowledge the evil that is being planned as we speak by the elites of Kenya. And it's not only Jubilee, it's all of them. You understand? It is all of them. All of them are working for that Luciferian agenda. So the problem is, if you are not a Luciferian, what do you do? Do you see? So you have to prepare yourself for what must come. Start preparing now, because you refuse to vote them out, and that's the problem. It's up to you to vote for the constitutional changes, and no one can convince you not to vote for that, yet you don't seem to understand what they are trying to do. The best thing you can do is not to vote for the constitutional changes and to vote out Jubilee, but you'll refuse to do it. So the rest of us are in trouble, because we are stuck together with your political choices. And so, coming back to the card, it is very clear what the agenda is. If you did not believe that they're trying to create, Jubilee has been recruited by its foreign masters to implement, to do a pilot program in Kenya, to create a digital prison. Well, the evidence is there. And this is not only going on in Kenya, there's also another pilot program in Ghana, whereby they are launching village wells, and they are blocking the well with a digital thing, so that when you go to get water from the well, you have to scan that thing so that the tap can produce water. Think how perverse that is, in order to tie them so that you cannot even have a drink if you don't have that number. So these are the things that Jubilee is doing behind your back. While they're distracting you with BBI and a lot of noise, this is what they're actually doing. This is the whole plan. So you have to act now to save yourself. You cannot save the country, because you will not convince majority of Kenyans of the dangers that are plain to see. So you must act to save you. Just you. Don't bother trying to save anyone else. Forget about them. Save yourself. How do you save yourself? You need access to land. Whatever you do, you need to buy land. Whatever you do, you need to buy land in a remote place. Don't be in the city. Make sure that you have access to food and water. If your food is coming from the supermarket, you're in danger. If your water is coming from where you buy, you're in danger. You need to have direct access to these things, and you must prepare now, because the country has been sold out. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Kenya's time has come. Our time has come. Your time has come. A time to succeed and not fail. A time to grow wealth and not poverty. A time to go up and not down. It's time for you to stop walking and drive your car. Stop renting and buy yourself a house. It's your time to get blessed. Join the CCV movement, and together let us kick poverty and unemployment out of Kenya. Become a member today. Donate what you can. And remember that the CCV is the only political organization in Kenya that is squarely built upon Christian values, unlike the rest. We'll see you next time. Thank you.